Damn, that was quick, son. Whew. Yeah, you beat everybody. Let me just, trying to make sure. Alright, switching over. Here we go. I'll see how long it is before my mic cuts out again. Load order stuff. Business of the day. Wouldn't be Skyrim without it, would it? I actually got out of the house today, which was fantastic. First time in a while. To find out my favorite bookstore that I thought was closed is still open, and the cafe inside there is still open under a different name. They have a different brand. It tastes the same. Excuse me, it tastes all the same. So first chai that I've had in probably 2 years. I used to go there literally every single day since about 1998. What's up, Bren? Loki. We are load ordering. There is a. Well, here let's do some audio stuff first, because that's what I'm on. Immersive sounds and lucidity, but I can't use holds. Can't use holds. I'll show you why. The city overhaul. I wanted to use this. Apparently this isn't compatible with alternate start, which may or may not have contributed to some of my issues. I'm not sure where I read it. Not in the bugs section. There's a lot, by the way. Possibly forum? Let me see, compatibility. Yeah, so I went here. Now this is old. This is June. This is 2017, okay? Compatibility list. So just, click on all the spoilers, but stuff that's like even in green, you have to read because it says incompatible. Alternate start, live another life, incompatible. Requires compatibility patch. Patch available for LE. Patch is yet to be updated. So, whether it is, because there's 3 files here. And if you remember, I took the complete and the roads, right? So, nothing in the old files. I didn't see anything in all of this. If you see patches up top, interesting NPCs, legacy, no snow under the roof, You Sleep, which is the old version, unofficial Skyrim Legendary Edition patch. Excuse my voice. Witcher 3, huh? What's up, Gina? 98 born? Oh, jeez. I was 18 in 98. Slightly older. I got 15 years on you. Feels like probably 30 at this point. Yeah, I used to go to that place all the time. I loved it. Um, it was different. It was called Borders way back when, and like they had like music sections where you could sample like different music. And when I say like sections, I mean it was like every genre of music you could think of. And the store employees would actually give like their personal preferences and likes and dislikes, and they would give like their own playlists and stuff like that back in the day. Are you, Gina? Don't you say that. Oh, and you know what Borders is too. You know. So it got bought out, and it was called Books a Million or BAM. So like I haven't been there in probably 2 years. Uh, Mostly because a work. When I went back to work, that's pretty much literally all I did was get up, go to work, come home, shower, and Skyrim on my console. That was it, literally. Um, Occasionally, when I was, before all this, I was, go to the gym and stuff like that. Um, but today I was just, I don't know, I had like this, I was going stir crazy. So I got out and I just went for a drive past there and they're open. I'm like, oh, they were supposed to be closed. And I saw cars parked. I'm like, all right, well, it's cars parked next to the mall because we have a mall like almost right next door. So I'm like, all right, there's shoppers out. But I'm like, there's tons of other parking closer. Like, why would these people park all the way? So I pull in, it's open. I'm like, all right, well, maybe it didn't close yet, and they've got some good sales. Nope, walk in there, and everything's like normal, just the cafe's under a different name. You're not supposed to tell your age. Isn't that how that works? Was it say 30? 31. It says 31. That's what I see on my phone as I'm still looking at this, right? 31? Yeah, that's what I see. I see 31. Younger than me. If you say otherwise, you're lying. Hey, Tim. So yeah, I can't according to this, according to the yeah, according to the compatibility. So unless I have to scroll down further, like I said, A, alternate start, incompatible. It's in green. Requires compatibility patch, but I haven't seen a patch for it. There's a lot, and I went through this whole list down to the bottom. Um, you could see certain ones like Arissa's not, but I had to like highlight this shit to read it. Uh, no, Borders isn't back. It's still under Books a Million. But the cafe is different. It used to be Joe Muggs, and now it's like Pete's, Peets. Prices are the same. It tastes identical to what it was. Um, but it's not nearly as good as it was when it was Borders Cafe. Their equipment was a little bit different. Their product was different. Um, and I was literally there every single day from sometime in 1998 until 2014, maybe 15, somewhere in there, give or take a year. It's okay. It's still good. $4 for a 20-ounce chai latte. And yes, it still gets too cold too quickly. Yep. Get out of here. You have one there too, Ren? If it's there, that's awesome. If it's the same, I wonder if it's the same. I haven't had Starbucks in ages. In ages. I don't normally drink Starbucks, and I stopped drinking Dunkin' because they jack their prices up where I am at. But it's ridiculous if you've ever seen a drive-through of one of them. At least here where I am, there's like we're not in a hugely populated area. Um, there's always parking spots to go walk in, right? But these people, like, they're literally 10, 15 cars deep just sitting in the drive-through for whatever they're getting. And I'm like, park, go in. By the time I'm able to park my car and go in, like, and I got to give the workers in their credit because they're pretty quick, pretty accurate about their stuff. But I mean, I don't have time to sit in that line. Park and go in, walk and go in. People are lazy. Even in the wintertime, I do that. Like, I don't have time to wait. So, this is what sucks. I was dead set on using this. We tested this. What was it, yesterday? Lighting mods. Regarding those who use mods to enhance vanilla lighting, reported issues regarding darker interiors due to lack of candles. May affect those using darker EMBs. So, armor and clothing. Haven't altered the outfits of the guards. This does a lot. I mean, it's a big mod, right? It is a massive, massive file. Um, We Need Winter is coming, which I think I've taken out. Yeah, I did. I took it out. It looks great. It's almost 2 gigabytes for the full, and then if you want the roads, if you want the complete roads, it's another 120 gig or 120 meg. Sorry. Um, so I can't use it. No alternate start patch. I couldn't find one. I went looking for one. Uh, yeah. And it sucks too, because it looks damn good. I went through some of the pictures. Let's see if I could jump ahead. I think I went to, was it 3 or 4? Um, some of the pictures. This is the Hall of the Vigilant, or Vigilance, right? It looks fantastic for what it does, for what it adds to the game. But if it conflicts with Alt Star, I could use Unbound, but then the problem with using Skyrim Unbound, well, the mod itself isn't a problem ever. I love the mod. It's actually my preferred start mod, but you run the risk of placing yourself somewhere that this mod edits, right? So without having a dedicated patch, it's tricky. But it does a lot. It does a lot for almost 2 gigabytes. I don't want to do the cart ride. Yeah, I'd hope it's not 120 gig either. Although, I'm sure I've had a few load orders that were over 200 gig total by the time I was done with them. But that's when I was using like Skyrim Realistic Overhaul with Noble, with Static Mesh, with like an individual text replacer for every little thing in the game. Surprisingly, it worked fine, and FPS wasn't even that bad. It was still in the 50s. Just kind of sad that like I can't, I was set on using this one, but so I don't know. I don't know if I'd have to talk to, is it Glandil, the mod author of this, or if I'd have to talk to Arthmore to see if they can get a patch made. You can see this was last updated the 1st of December, so let's go back to the description. What was done in the changelog here? Added city mod. Oh, so this is for the separate file. New settlement models: Amberguard, Blackmoor, Border Lodge. I'm tempted to add this in anyway and chance it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Mr. B, I am. This one's gonna be a little bit lesser. What I'm gonna focus on with this is it's gonna be that female character that I had mentioned before. Still haven't decided the race. I may go Nord for the first time. Like I said, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be like a Death Knight, but at the same time, I kind of want to do like a straight Relic Hunter, which is a thief type. Um, if any of you guys have watched any of Gopher's play with Leonard, similar to that, but I want it to be a female. Uh, It'll still probably be a Nord. Um, but I'm going to use like CBBE. We'll get some nice, like, if I decide to go that route, like nice thief-looking armors. Semi scantily clad, but not, not too much, just enough. And my thought process for that is um, temptress, sort of seductress. I'm not really sure if one of them's probably the right word to kind of get what she wants, and then rob you blind in the process. You know, and it makes sense. So she'd be showing a little bit of skin, probably a lot of skin, but not not all the bits and pieces hanging out. I mean, I could. That would be pretty fun too. But I mean, it would get old after a while. Um, but there are some really nice armor mods. I think I showed two of them, one for each that I was looking at, and they both have like a nice red and black theme to them. Um, yeah, but with this, I was really hoping to use this. It's got a lot of downloads. I think total download. I forget which one they go by. Total downloads or unique. I think unique is the one that's like this is the full amount, but then the total would be anything else that's added. So people would grab the like one of the two versions plus the roads, but it would count as like one unique download. Again, I'm not really sure how this works on Nexus, but a lot of endorsements, and it does look like it stays, pretty current with its updates. I may just throw it in and throw Skyland on top of it and call it a day. Yeah, physics too. A little bit of physics. We'll use physics. Um, she'll use she'll use a couple different armors. I may use complete crafting. I'm definitely going to use complete alchemy for her with I need. And I haven't decided if she's going to even be a vampire one way or another. Whether it's see if I go sacrosanct, it's like I said, it's to me that's geared more towards a mage. I could use some of the stealth aspects of sacro, right? But it's got the Blue Bloods quest, which is good in itself because that's what gives you all the really nice perks and benefits. Um, I could do better vampires, but we've already seen me do that probably more than most people would care to see. Um, Alternately, I could have her go werewolf and join the companions, but that kind of doesn't make sense as a thief or a relic hunter, which is why I'm leaning towards like the Death Knight because I can actually see her go lich, so I could do the Undeath quest because that would make sense. She would still use some magic. Uh, I'd probably limit it to conjuration and maybe a little bit of destruction, a tiny bit of destruction, but mostly to like raise dead. Um, if you're familiar with how Undeath's Dark Pact works, you make the sacrifice of the ritual bowl, and you give up summoning your Atronachs or conjured things to gain, I think, an additional 5 reanimated undead. But as a Death Knight, she's going to be combat focused. She's going to wield a two-handed, probably battle axe, unless like there's a really nice two-handed sword that sticks out. But I think it's probably going to be a battle axe or a scythe or some type of like pole arm that uses preferably uses the battle axe perks from Ordinator, so you can get the bleed damage in there. The bleed damage once you start stacking that with like either poisons or diseases or just something AOE, like maybe poison cloak or something like that, Um, but she'll be more like a frontline fighter. The reason I wanted to do the Relic Hunter was for version 5 of Legacy. Um, as a Death Knight, I could see her doing it, but I don't see it as a focus, and it's kind of a waste to put um, Legacy in there if she's not going to focus on it. So that's my conundrum. But like I said, I'm still not that far into the load order. Basically, some core and some UI stuff, and I got to audio. Um, we're gonna take the IS is for immersive sounds, so like the default. If you've never heard these, they have, I think there's a video or there sound clips. There used to be on the site or on the web page that would let you hear what each one was. I'm not sure if it's still up. Um, but I think I went default for almost everything, like the fantasy stylized, the bow shots. I think I even went high fantasy with those. I usually go realistic, but the bow option, default choice. More subdued. No, we want the high arrow impact, high fantasy, and then I want the extra gory kill sounds. And then I took high fantasy for the ethereal choice. I used to take Templar. These both sound great. Classic RPGs, nice, but as they put it best, it has a holy sounding. So I like the high fantasy there. I take the alternate for the firebolt. It's more pronounced. The swishy is kind of more vanilla style. And then for the creature options, I select all of them. High fantasy for the Nirnroot. We'll take this. We'll take this. I'm not going to worry about the skill up or I don't want to alter my dungeon ambience. Any of these. I don't want anything silent. Uh, I mean, that's pretty much how I set it up. But we're going to take lucidity on top of it. So, because I found the combination of these two is amazing. And lucidity is a massive file. It is a massive 500 and something megabyte file. 518, 519 almost. With the optional. So I do take this and I merge them in together. This is a massive mod, but this is what I found gave me all of those nice sounds that you heard in my last play. We'll see if this lets me download this as well. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it kicks me. Oh no, it is. Well, of course, the smaller one goes first. Oh, and tell me my. Oh yeah, you guys can't even see this, can you? No, you should be able to. That's probably my stream crapping out. Huh? What the hell? Yeah, she'll be wearing something skimpy in some aspect. Let me see if I can find it. Is it called the Crimson Scarlet? Crimson Twilight. Oh, here, hold on. It's for CBBE. It's either this one, the DX Crimson Blood Armor. I'll try and pull them all up. There's the physics. Maybe it was Scarlet. Hold on. I'll have to go find it again. I had it. I can't find it. Let me see. The Crimson Twilight is... Yeah, this is the one. If I go Death Knight with her, this is what she'll be wearing. She'll be wearing this. So you can see it's got just enough. And it looks good. It looks I like it. It looks really good to me. And I think because that's more my style. I've done thief plays before, but I could see her not doing the Thieves Guild, mainly because I wanted to add Opulent Thieves Guild, but for some reason, only on PC I run into issues with it. With it altering the faces. I haven't really had the lighting issue that everybody complains of, or the water issue. But I may not use ELFX this time. I might use either luminosity or RLO Realistic Lighting Overhaul. I'm not sure yet. to kind of give me something a little lighter weight. As much as I love ELFX, I mean, we could test it and see, but this is, she'd be wearing something like this. And where's the rest of it? You could see it. It's heavy armor, but I think it looks really good. There's a lot of detail in this armor. There's a lot, even from the stitching in between the gauntlets and they're like the wrist guards, and then up here, would assume the leather straps around the bicep area. It just looks fantastic. I'd love to be able to give her tattoos. Something, hairstyle. Obviously, that's a really awesome looking character right there. By the way, I think I went over this the last time I was looking at it. Maybe save for some of the war paint. I'm not too big on facial war paint, but I do like the body tattoos or like something tribal. If she's a Nord though, and something fits, yeah, you can see it's heavy armor. The coat is different. We could have her wear the coat depending if she's like in town and she just wants to swap. Obviously the gauntlets, the boots would stay the same, but like maybe if she's at an inn or something, I would have her swap. I'd have, these 4 pieces. So yeah, something like that. Even that hair color, like the color, not the style, but the color. I like that color. Kind of fits. Yep. Yep. Mhm. Oh yeah. Yep. Okay. Enough of that. Let's see. So we got these two. Let's get lucidity. This is the big boy here. This is the big boy. Let's move ISC up to audio. Activate yaw. And let it do its thing. This one takes a while. The history, you gotta give in for Legacy. Do it. Legacy's worth it. They phrased it. I don't know if it was on Nexus or if it was in somebody's chat, but they coined it perfectly. It's like with legs, like you don't play Skyrim anymore. You play Legacy. Skyrim's just the backdrop. There is so much that mod adds, content-wise. It's crazy. These are the new sounds. We are going to merge these with the main mod, and you'll see we're going to overwrite. And this is accurate. I hate the updates on these. This one's fine. You can see what it edits. There's 87 sound files that it edits. And I've checked them out. And if I swap them, immersive sound actually overwrites a lot more, surprisingly. But you can see what it does here. And they're not a lot of main stuff. Plus, then you get the benefit of lucidity itself. So you get the best of both. The DX Blood Armor. This is one I haven't taken a look at. I'm going to take a look at this now. Just to see. That looks cool too. It's got CBBE support. That's a little much for me, but the armor itself is pretty nice. I like the first one better. Yeah. That's definitely got vampire theme written all over it. It's crazy, right? I'll be using the other one. Okay. Did they update again today? Let's see. Should be down here. Quest, right? Let's take a look. When did Legacy last update? 22nd. Yeah, today. What's in the changelog? 5.0.25. This is all from today, if you're looking. Whenever you see the update, always go to the changelogs just to see from the previous version uh, what's been altered with the new one. So fix the airship dock, not enabling correctly after it belongs to museum is completed. Collision on Orgum's coffer. They had an issue with the Tundra, the Rotunda, the Tundra, yeah, the Rotunda. But I see that that was also fixed, and it was like an instant CTD, and it was when you were talking to Orion when he was there. Um, he'd be in the room. You would walk into the room first, and he would be standing like at the doorway. He would move a little bit, and if you looked up, it would for some reason crash immediately. So I'm not sure where. Yeah, well, 5.0.23. This must have been it, caused by the museum's external dome mesh, but it was still happening. So, but it got updated again today. That's actually pretty good. Let's see here. File. How big is it? Yeah, 1.9 gig, and everything's included. The updates are on the main page. Actually, they're not on the. I'm sorry, not the updates. The patches. There's a patch list, and then there's Patch Central. You can open, unless they're both the same page. Oh no, this is the list. This is what it tells you it patches. And then you want this. This is the. What am I looking at here? Yeah, here it is. Okay. 34 megabytes for. So, Dawn of Skyrim has a patch. ELFX exteriors, so the exterior mod for that. Enhanced Solitude. There's one for JKs. So I'm thinking JKs and Dawn of Skyrim for my cities and towns. What's up, Tyler? You've been patching all week? They keep updating, from what I've seen. Yeah, I thought about some of Zero Frost armors too. Some of them are a little over the top though. Like for what I'm going for, they look great. They've always looked fantastic. But there's a few that are just way over the top for me. So let just hide that. Did I want? I took my loading screens. I think I did, right? Yeah, the Elder Scrolls load screen replacers. Let me check my plugins. Put lucidity right there. And yeah, the music. I thought about trying different music, but I'm still stuck on fantasy soundtrack. Um, yeah, we're still going with this one. Oldie bitty goodie. I love this mod. Love it, love it, love it. Big file. Absolutely worth it. Making a new big mod to go with Legacy. Really? Separate, I'm assuming. That's crazy. Was that Ice Cream Assassin is the mod author? The one that you were what the music mod, Ren? Yeah, and I'm wondering how that's gonna work too because I'm planning on using every NPC overhaul in the Nordic Guide. Every single one. Almost every one, starting from Apache. Uh, Probably. Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Apache and KS. I think I have to for some of them. Um, Wiko as a base, and then I would start off with like Meta Winter. Go right on down this list, every single one, right down to uh, Cerataholic. So, well, 10 of them, I guess. 10 and then 11 if you can. Well, there's 10 of these for the women, one for the men. That's 11. There's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then there's technically 4 for Apache, and then there's 3 for uh, the Salt and Wind. So pick your poison, you know. I felt they should have just left the old version alone. If they were going to update it, it should have been some new content. I've seen the inside of the museum and how it's changed, and I like it, but there was nothing wrong with the version they had. Plus the patches for the old version. I mean, there was a shit ton of them for that too. So I don't know. And it's see, yeah. What'll happen is I'll get all the way down there and I'll run into that, and then I'll nuke it. I could just stay with Windsong, but then that defeats the purpose of making my player character look all, pretty and everything. Normally I don't. Normally I play male characters, so. But with this, like I said, I wanted to go. We'll go back to female. Like I said, I'm probably gonna go Nord. Um, I was tempted to go Breton, but it just Nord makes more sense. I would have done Imperial. They get the buff to heavy armor, but I'm running the Uncapper, so it's really not going to matter. The new lands mod. Oh, I did hear about that. Not a lot. I just heard that there was something being worked on. That I showed you. I honestly can't remember, Ren. I have trouble remembering things that happened the day before, so unless it was something that stuck out or I saved it. Unless it pops into my brain. Unfortunately, it's how my brain's been working the last few years, sadly. We did music, we did audio. Is there anything else that I wanted? I don't think so. Let me pull up my, where is it? For some reason, the range got closed. That was weird. Which modalist was I gonna go after? The vampire. This is the new. This is the last one. But this one was crazy big. There's a lot of stuff going on in that one. This is previous. This is early December. And this is for my Red Guard female. Not really sure what I want to pull up here. Because I usually save my modelists and my plugins just in case anybody needs them as a reference. But they're all here. They're all pinned. You guys can come here and take a look. There's not just mine too. You know, Tim and Rooster have some pinned. I'm sure there's some pinned in other spots as well, but let me go off my red guard mod list. Okay. Yeah, because there was the physics and everything like that. Let me see what I had. This is gonna look a lot different than what you're gonna see here. Um, we have 3 of them up. Oh, I think one's 10s. Could be. Yeah, I get like that too. Not enough time to to devote to it when you're in the middle of doing something else. Plus, you binge The Witcher. Now you got to wait like 2 years for the next series to come out, right? Now what happened? They said 2021 for the next one. They should have just released them in single episodes. But for whatever reason, they didn't. I didn't even get to see it yet, so no spoilers. So this is what I had. Let's see. Undiscovered. A lot of this stuff has changed. Yeah, I was running audio overhaul. I got rid of this. Too many patches for audio overhaul Skyrim. And I think the combo of immersive sounds and lucidity just sounds better. And lucidity doesn't require any patches. AOS, there's a bunch. There's a bunch for this by itself. ISC has a bunch, but audio overhaul has a ton. And I can't justify the size of it and the patches for something that some of it reverts back to vanilla, or it sounds more vanilla, or that it changes, but doesn't change enough for me. I think that's kind of how best I can describe it. Some of these I'm going to keep out, obviously. Oh yeah, Dreams and Nightmares music mod. That's right. That's what I was going to add in. Because they go together. So this should be the patch. This should be the mod. Right? Yeah, yeah, there we go. So we can add these two. Let's add these two in. This was updated the 18th. Alright, so this has also been updated too. For Enderal, here's the main one. It's not as big. 1 hour, over an hour, 20 tracks. So there's a compatibility patch for. Oh, it's by the same person, I think. Pradalama? Yeah, that's interesting. So there's two they're both 4 kilobytes. Should be, right? Should be 4. Yeah. Final update. Yeah, 2021. I could have seen that coming though. How they were gonna do that. You would have thought it would have been like summer of next year, but the patch for those two. Nice. Yeah, let's grab it. I forgot that I added this one, and I like this combination. We'll grab the one from the main page here. I think it's the same patch anyway. Yeah, could put it up there. Okay. So we got fantasy. The replacer in the combat. And we got dreams and nightmares. Wow, yeah, it's dug in there deep. The patch looks good, ironically. Okay, cool. Let's move them all up. Moving on up. Curious, I'm going to run loot real quick. I just want to see if... I'm sure the patches are identical, but... Let's see. Okay, cool. Quins, Quins, Quins. We're good. Okay. Just making sure. Bam. So we don't need this. I'm gonna leave that second page open just in case. Let me go back. So, like I said, I started with SRO. For the over 10 gig size, I didn't notice a huge difference. Now, I'm gonna run the particle patch. I'm gonna run static mesh. I will probably run enhanced texture detail and runes clutter. I will probably just run all Skyland for everything, including the individual towns, the farmhouse wood, ships and shacks, the signposts. We'll get the point the way patch, and I think he's got one. I think John's got one for cutting room floor, so we'll grab that one too. Hey Mel, I started it yesterday, Mel. It was kind of late. And then I just kind of was like, no. Wow. Okay. Yeah. Well, what happened with him? I have. Well, here, I'll show you. Well, you won't be able to see this now because of the. Can I minimize these? No, unfortunately. I'll show you the background in a second once this finishes. It was looking really good. My game was looking fantastic. We were basically running everything from Matthew's library. Everything was 3D. I think I died like 15 to 20 times just against that lunar dragon alone. That was with Goldier and the one follower Janelle from inside Elder Gleam, plus a reanimated Spriggan matron. But that's with Wildcat, Ultimate Combat, uh, Diverse Dragons, Deadly Dragons. Bumped up, I think, to the mid-range. Was it? I didn't have them on insane. I had them on the one right below it, and playing on master difficulty. So, but I got the lunar dragon, son of a bitch. Took me a while. He was a pain in the ass. Bam. Oh, here, I'll show you. This is what it was looking like. This is a screenshot I took from Atherler's play of the Tundra outside Whiterun. I had everything set up perfectly with that game. And that's why I have the Model S. Where is it saved? This last one. This new plugins list from yesterday. This model list here. This is the one you want if you want to make your game look like that. I was so happy with the way that it looked. Problem was, we had a couple random crashes out of nowhere, and I wasn't getting any error messages or anything logged. So you know me in frustration. Plus, he was leveling a little faster than I would have liked to. We got him. He was at least level 20. And I have the uncapper and I have his skill set lower. The problem is, Forgotten Magic with the Ordinator patch, when I would sneak and cast, I can't think of the name of the one illusion spell. It's in the Mystic tree, or the Mystic category. It's an illusion-based spell. Basically, it's Frenzy, but you can get it at such a lower level. Um, it buffed my illusion, my sneak, and something else, like all at the same time. So my illusion skill was like way high up there. I think I hit 75 by the time I was like level 18 or 19. So now you could hit that with an arrow. I thought you had to shout at that. And you have to have at least 2 words unless you have insane jumping ability. Oh no, Mr. Beast's fawn character, the druid. Fauna? Yeah, Fauna. She looks amazing. Mr. B, did you put pictures up, didn't you? I think you did. Let me see. Yeah, right here. She looks fantastic. Absolutely stunning. Like the eyes are perfect. The body tattoos are perfect. The hair is perfect. The lips are perfect. You picked the right horns. I mean, she's an absolute stunner. And it's like they glow a little bit too, which I thought was really cool. I'm not sure if you did that on purpose. I think you did, but if you didn't, just say you did because they looked amazing. She looks great. She's got that like early to mid 90s angsty look about her, which I love. Look at that. That's before resting bitch face was a thing. We had 90s angst. It's awesome. Yeah, like the eyes are like a perfect combination for how you set her up. She's a work of art right there. Love her. So yeah, what are we doing? We're doing textures. Particle patch. I have to grab you. Where are you? Special edition. Mega. That's right. This one comes from Mega. I keep forgetting. I tried looking for this on Nexus the other day because I didn't have the guide up just to remind me. And I'm sitting there for like an hour trying to find it. I'm like, oh, is it down? Is it down? No, it's not even there. It's me being a dumbass. I remember those days. It wasn't fully black lipstick though. That was the thing. I dated a girl towards the end of the 90s that I knew her from when we were like 11, 12 years old, so like 91, 92-ish, give or take. And we were both kind of like, it was like a half punk, half goth thing that we had going on, and that was her look. Black hair, dark hair. Like, well, she had like really like dark brown. She didn't really dye it black ever. But yeah. Bam. Oh yeah, this one takes a little bit. You get up, yaw. Put you over here. Might save that one. I mean, there's nothing in the folder now, but I'll get rid of it when I get rid of some other ones. Yes, no SRO. Let me check my list. Heels sound. I'm wondering if I'm going to need this. For heels, I probably will. I see you've worn like 7th grade. We just wore like oversized t-shirts. I had long hair at one point, believe it or not. Well, you guys don't know what I look like. Maybe a few of you do, but I had like really long hair at one point. Like long blonde hair. Like almost platinum. Yeah, it's insane to think of like how it's changed in the past almost 30 years for me. So, heel sounds. Before I don't want to open that one up. Wrong one. And wrong one. Just want a tab open. That's all I want. Oh, come on. Is it heels? Physics high heels framework 1.5.97. It might not even be on here. Is it? That's awesome. Mine's gradually gotten darker, but like I basically the top part I buzz, and then I have a I have a full beard, but it's not like it's not like Odin's beard or anything like that. It used to be. A couple of years ago it was like just as fierce as his, but I trimmed it back up, so just off the skin, like off my cheeks and everything like that. Doesn't though I don't go too crazy with it. And it's mostly for convenience, to be honest with you. Like the older I get, yeah, there goes the microphone again. Yeah, the older I get, the more I just kind of give less of a shit about it. If I could just get up and go, I don't have to worry about it. He does. He has fantastic beats and a beard. Use race menu high heels. That would be this one. New Miller high heel stocking. Okay. I'll be sitting here looking at heels the whole freaking time if I do that. Requirements. Well, we're gonna add race menu. And do I need to put this afterwards? Should I just leave this alone until after race menu? I should probably read the description, shouldn't I? I haven't downloaded this mod yet, so I don't know. It's SKSE plugin. Advantages to HTT high heels, native solution, master plugin scripts or spells. Magic effects are still being used. Compatible with HTT heels as long as the same item isn't affected by both. Not recommended to use it though. Incompatible, lazy heels. Okay. Requires. It doesn't really say. I'm sure it does somewhere, but yeah, load after. All right. Just for the hell of it, I'll track it. Or I could download. Well, here I'll do this because I know I'm gonna forget about it. I know I'm gonna forget it. I'm just gonna download it. I won't activate it. we'll put it in, where is it? Body specific, physical appearance. I'll leave it in physical appearance because I'll see it first and it'll remind me to move it. And I'll make myself a note. Okay. Simple enough. So let's do this. Let's grab ETD, static mesh, material fix, and RCI. And the fix for RCI, which I think is the same one as the other one. I had considered just using Noble. Just using Noble, but I think I want to just use Skyland for now. Um, I want to go lighter on the graphics. I think that was the problem. To set this up it came out to be right around, I mean, I was just shy of 500 mods to set this up. And it took me like 4 days to do it. So maybe 5 days, I don't know. 4 that I streamed, I know. And then I think one day I didn't want to set the stream up. I just kind of wanted to concentrate, and I happened to be up early, and I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna start on it now, so I could actually get to sleep on time. And while this looks good, and it performed great, with the EMB, 57 average FPS. So, you know, you go to Falkreath the Rift, I was like at 55, 54 FPS. Inside the cities and towns were perfectly fine. It would go back up to like 59. Interior cells were like 59. Mostly when I was out in the open or heavily wooded areas, I couldn't figure out the random crashes, and I didn't have it the whole first day. That was the problem. The whole first day, I think I streamed like almost 10 hours, or it was like 10 hours worth of total gameplay with no issues whatsoever. The game ran fine, played fine. I didn't have any stutters, nothing. It was perfect. And then I think as soon as I started bringing the followers, it was also putting a lot of stress on my GPU. Or not my GPU, my CPU was working overtime, and I think that was because of my settings in OBS. That's why Shane had me change them. To what was it? I had X264 here for whatever reason. I think it defaulted there by accident. I had this set up, and I couldn't figure why, but my temps, it spiked it, I think it was 81 Celsius, briefly. And I have a liquid cooler and 7 fans, so that never should have happened. So there was a lot going on. Shane was saying that change it on your encoder. So I did. And it's been fine since, so yeah, we're sitting right at 40. Drivers are updated. Yep, everything's updated. So, Sona, which one are you ordering? Yeah, RTX. I have the 2060. I love it. You know, I think Rooster's got a 2080, or he's got a 2080 Ti. I'm not sure. He's got one of the big boys. Yeah, and like no hard disk, like everything's SSD. And either around, well, Christmas is a couple days. But my birthday is like the very beginning of January, so uh, if there's a 2 terabyte, was it an M.2 NVMe? I'm gonna grab one of those for myself. Hopefully, like a 2 terabyte if I could find. I'm sure they make one, but hopefully the price is right. They'll have some like after holiday sales. I am too. I have to go. Oh, I'm going back to work. I'm actually going there tomorrow morning to talk to them about going back. Cause after the series of injections, I couldn't do anything. I don't need one, but I want one. That's kind of the reason. Kind of want one. Or I could just get another SSD. You're right. You're absolutely right. Well, Rooster's got the better one. He's got a 2080. The 1080 Ti is no joke still. That's what Gopher has. I'm pretty sure. He was going over his specs in one of his videos, or I think his specs are linked in all of his videos. I think. Don't quote me, but I think. But I think that's what he's running because I remember he had the one stream where people donated enough to him that he was actually able to pick that up. And he was still saying how and they were doing like bench tests and everything, how like the 1080 Ti's are still like top tier. Like they're beasts. So the 3080, holy shit. I don't even know. I'd have to look. I don't even. What am I doing here? I have to decide what I want to run. That's the problem. Do I want to run? Let's grab these. Let's grab the main files. I know what I want from these already. Right. And the unofficial material fix. Oh, this is for SMIM. Yeah, I should probably grab this. Yep. Let's see if it wants to load both. Oh yeah, you can see my download speeds are terrible. I'm usually like right around 30, but it's capped at cable. I don't have fiber or anything like that. But the couple of days with the weather and me being in the middle of nowhere, it just sucks. I have to wait for everything. It's a fucking pain in the ass. And you people that have fiber, you guys can, you could suck it hardcore. Should be it. Yeah, it should be it for ETD. Let's get the unofficial material fix. This one is for static mesh. And Ruins Clutter, I think this is the second SE improved. And I'm going to grab the updates for it as well. Whoa, pending. Alright, so static mesh, we're going to grab everything from this mod. Same with the material fix. Or I'm sorry, the material fix is for this mod. I think RCI, everything in there I grab as well. Well, it does its thing. Unofficial material fix. Bam. RCI, install everything. Yep. Can load these back up. And we want the ruins clutter fixes. Just so that I can have everything all at once. Hey, that looks good. 11, they look good. Pull you up. And I'm so OCD about pulling Alt Start down to the bottom. You guys must be thinking I'm driving myself crazy doing that. Yes, I am. So here's the thing. Noble, and I would just go Noble by itself and probably Skyrim Realistic Skyrim Flora overhaul and just use that for my grass and trees, or I could go. I want something like light for my grass or lighter. Vadosprum I can tweak, and it's actually fairly light when I tweak it. I've been using Northern a lot lately, so I want something a little bit different. I think I'm using Northern Grass in the picture. here. This is northern, but with this is with the I'm gonna use the 1K greener add-on. So I think I'm gonna use Vadosprum. It, even though it's a larger size, it just seems to run a little bit lighter. And maybe I'll go EVT instead of SR or Skyrim Flora. The mod's pretty popular, but I don't know. Can't see myself doing it. Do I want Noble though? That's the thing. It's supposed to be a light load order. Oh, jeez. Let me see what I had on my mod list. It's been pretty much Noble. Yeah, I did Noble, but I ran Skyland over it on this one. This is with I was running Mysterious Dawn, Skyrim. Oh, I ran everything on this. Fluffy Snow. Wait, is this mine or is this... This isn't mine. Where's mine? Yeah, this one's mine. Okay. What was I running? Noble, yeah. Tim, I think that's yours. Yeah, I think it is. So you did both too, huh? Where is it? Where is it? So you went Noble, Blended, and Skyland, huh? How does it look? Out of curiosity. 150 mods, Mel. I don't have an Xbox right by me right now. It's in my room. See, you say this, go ham. And then a week later, I'm putting the finishing touches. I'll be honest, I was gonna run this. Let me see if I'll pull it. I was gonna run this. Okay. There's a couple issues of why I didn't. It's a pretty big mod, right? You guys have seen this before, right? The loose files version is 1.3 gig. Okay, so a couple issues. The mod looks great visually, but the snow looks like garbage. I do not care for the snow, and it doesn't matter what snow texture you use. There are mesh issues, with or without blended roads, without any patches. It's not broken. It's not gonna, affect anything. It's just gonna be an eyesore. The first time I ran this, the first time I ever installed this, I wasn't looking for things like that. I was just happy that I had a full winter overhaul, right? You could see like even up in the reach, but then you miss the foliage, you miss the greenery outside of Solitude. This is Catless Farm. You can see there's snow everywhere, right? But it doesn't matter. You could take a screenshot like this. This looks really nice, by the way. But if you're in game close and you're checking the textures on the roads, not so much. Stuff's a little broken. I was gonna use this and then just call it a day, but 'tis not to be. You can see in the picture if I like sort of highlight right here, and obviously we're by Windhelm, which isn't the best. But even on like the roadways, I expect a little more cover, but it's visible to me. I can see it there even in the pictures. Harder to tell here, but you could definitely see like the outline if you go up on the side where the road kind of ends and splits. It's jagged and it's the same pattern. You could literally make out the same pattern going the whole way down on both sides, does it? Right? So I would rather, and especially like in the cities, then you lose the like the leaves in Riften. Um, It's cool. It's a really nice idea, but I can't do it. 200? I'm always doing load orders. Well, I'm always doing it. Yeah. Well, or are you talking about updating the drivers? As I'm glancing over at my phone where the chat is. Um, I think LE has the summer Skyrim. Let me see. Yeah, summer Skyrim. It's got to be this one. Hold on. Let me just check. Project Real Summer to Skyrim Dawn and Dusk Edition. Yeah, no, it's got to be this. Okay, so Ellie's got this. Let's check out the file size. Yeah, 81 meg, right? So not bad. Um, it looks pretty good. I've seen this used in a Let's Play a while ago, and it looked really, really good. Like it looked really good, right? Like here, hold on, I'll go back, because you still have some of the snow in the northern regions, but the rest of the game looked great. What's the EMB down there? 57 with an EMB, okay. I mean, I'd probably have to tone down the grass a little bit. Like, I get that it's, supposed to be like a summer overhaul, but yeah, there's a little much with the grass there going on. But yeah, I mean, even, what is this? This isn't Dawnstar, is it? Hard to tell. Might be. Yeah, because that's the mine and that's the miners' barracks, and this is, I think, Rustleaf's, or not, or what's his name? Yeah, Rustleaf, I think. Yeah, there's a ship. This is Dawnstar. Yeah, it looks great. The tropical one. I've seen the tropical one. I can't say that I'm a fan of the tropical one. This one I could see myself using, but I would definitely have to tone the grasses down. Yeah, like there's if they did away with some of the grasses, it'd almost be a perfect overhaul. To me, there are four spiders in this picture. Can you see? Uh, I see two. I see uh, three, I think. The one is obvious. You got this big guy here. You got a nice guy right here. I think that's one right there, but I can't tell. And then you got one right here. Unless there's another one that I'm missing, and that's not a spider over there, but there's one, two, three, possibly four. Unless he's hiding over here somewhere. Where is he? He's probably right in front of me, like literally closer than this guy, because this isn't just a plant. Let's play Find the Spider. Where's the fourth spot? That's got to be the fourth one, right? I found 3. I don't give a shit. We're good enough. All right. Let's go back to Old Faithful. Can't get away from Noble, can I? Nope.
Hey. And you made him blind again. Huh? That's weird. That shout was supposed to enhance your vision. Great, so basically you have no idea